Casu Marzu, Italy. Casu Marzu is a cheese like no other, often capturing the imagination and sometimes the fear of those who hear its story. This traditional Sardinian cheese, whose name literally means rotten cheese, is famous not only for its strong flavor, but also for its unique method of production that involves live insects. The journey of Casu Marzu begins as a pecorino, a popular sheep's milk cheese in Italy. The cheese is left outside with parts of its rind removed to attract cheese flies, which then lay their eggs inside of it. As these eggs hatch, the larvae begin to eat through the cheese, breaking down its fats and giving it a very soft and creamy texture. The cheese is typically spread on moistened Sardinian flatbread and paired with a strong red wine, which complements the robust flavor. Those who try it often have to overcome their initial hesitation, but then many find the creamy texture and depth of flavor truly unforgettable. The European Union has banned this cheese due to health concerns associated with consuming live larvae, but it still can be found being made and consumed in Sardinian villages, often under the radar. 4. Blood clam. Blood clams are definitely one of the weirdest dishes out there. When you crack open these clams, they ooze a dark, blood-red liquid, like something out of a horror movie. This unusual color comes from hemoglobins in their blood, just like humans have, which is pretty rare among shellfish. Harvested from the coasts of China, Southeast Asia, and parts of Africa, blood clams have a slightly metallic taste and a firm texture that locals love. But getting these clams is not easy. Divers have to brave deep and sometimes risky waters. The clams live buried in shallow marine sediments, filtering nutrients from the water, which gives their blood a rich, nutrient-packed quality. In the kitchen, blood clams are often steamed or boiled, and sometimes even served raw. In China, they're especially popular in Shanghai and Guangdong. They absorb flavors well and have a distinctive briny sweetness. But watch out, they can filter bacteria and viruses, so they must come from clean waters to avoid health risks. Blood clams are rich in iron, protein, and essential nutrients, but they may cause digestive discomfort for those with sensitive stomachs. 3. White ants' egg soup. White ants' egg soup might sound like a dish straight out of a Fear Factor episode, but in Thailand and Laos, it's a celebrated delicacy. The star ingredient? Termite eggs. These little creatures offer a creamy texture and a slightly nutty flavor that's surprisingly delicious. Harvesting termite eggs requires ninja-level skills and perfect timing. Locals venture into forested areas during breeding season to gather these tiny treasures from termite nests. In the kitchen, they're combined with herbs and spices like lemongrass, lime leaves, and galangal, creating a soup with a zesty and spicy kick. Gently boiled to keep their delicate texture, these eggs make a soup that's both rich in flavor and light on the palate. Besides being a protein powerhouse, it's believed to boost energy and improve skin health. Eating white ants' egg soup offers more than just nutrition. It's an experience that connects diners with the traditions and natural resources of Southeast Asia. 2. Haukardal. Ever seen a dish that could challenge your bravery as much as your taste buds? Let's dive into the world of haukardal, Iceland's notorious delicacy that's not for the timid eater. This traditional Icelandic food is made from the meat of a Greenland shark, an animal more famous for its meat being naturally toxic when fresh. But leave it to the ingenious Icelanders to turn danger into delicacy. The secret to making haukardal safe and somewhat palatable lies in its unique fermentation process. After catching the shark, locals bury it in shallow grave in a gravelly sand, weighing it down with stones to press the toxic fluids out of the body. This isn't your average weekend cooking project. The shark remains buried for 6 to 12 weeks, depending on the season. Once unearthed, it's then hung to dry for several more months. By the end, the shark's meat loses much of its moisture and gains its infamous ammonia-rich aroma that could knock your socks off. Like other seafood, haucarl is high in protein and low in fat. The Greenland shark from which haucarl is made was one of the longest lifespans of any vertebrate, living as long as 400 years. Number 1. Century eggs. Century eggs, also called thousand-year eggs, are a strange marvel of traditional Chinese cuisine. Despite the name, these eggs aren't actually a century old. They're preserved duck, chicken, or quail eggs encased in a mix of clay, ash, salt, quicklime, and rice hulls for a few weeks to a month. This transforms the yolks into a creamy dark green or gray, and the whites into dark, translucent jelly with a salty, slightly sulfurous flavor. Popular in China and found in Asian grocery stores worldwide, century eggs are a delicacy. They're often sliced and served with pickled ginger or added to congee, enhancing flavors with their unique taste. The charm of century eggs lies in their complex flavor and striking appearance. They are often sliced and served as a side dish, garnished with pickled ginger root, or used to enhance the flavor of other dishes like congee or rice porridge, which adds depth to their distinctive strong taste.